Hello there, my name is Annie Hale, and I am a holistic health coach as well as an ambassador for health with Plexus Worldwide. You know, sometimes the right information comes along at just the right time and connects the dots for you in a way that takes your health to another level. I hope that this is one of those moments for you. I know what it feels like to have those dots disconnected and widely scattered, and I spent a lot of time and energy and money chasing symptoms and trying to connect them. Was my eczema related to my food sensitivities? Was my acne connected to dairy or to my hormones? Was my endometriosis hereditary, or was it due to a hormonal imbalance that I could correct? Was my rheumatoid arthritis connected to stress or a suppressed immune system? Over time, and with an understanding functional medicine physician at my side, I was able to connect these dots, and I hope to help you to do the same. Now, the good news is that it's actually very simple. The common line that connects those dots that ran through each one of them was an improperly functioning immune system. And it makes perfect sense, right? When you think about it, the function of our immune system is to protect against disease. So, of course, all disease could then be traced back to an improperly functioning immune system. But traced back where? Where is the immune system? Aha, such an important question. You may be aware of your lymphatic system, a network of tissues and organs that help rid the body of toxins and waste and other unwanted materials, but those aren't primary. Otherwise, as soon as you got your tonsils out or a spleen removed, you would be in a lot of trouble. The fact is that over 70% of your immune system is actually located in your digestive system. That's right. Your digestive system or gut wall houses 70% of the cells that make up your immune system. Okay, so it's time that we take a closer look to our digestive system, right? For a moment, let's just clear up this mystery area of our body that neurogastroenterology is finding out about more and more every day. We're talking about 30 feet from the back of your throat to the end when we talk about your digestive system. Primarily, we're going to be talking about your small intestine, which isn't small at all when you think about it. Measuring it over 20 feet long, here is where we find a close-up view of our immune system. Hands up. Your immune system located in your small intestine is comprised of this small intestine that was intricately designed to store nutrients and waste and to be a perfectly sealed up environment. Sealed up by these tight junctions or TJs with these finger-like projections or villi that aid in absorption of nutrients and moving waste. You also have this protective barrier of this mucosal lining. Why all of this protection? Well, because at 2 cells thick, the intestinal lining is actually quite vulnerable and easily damaged by stress, allergens, and harmful bacteria that are present. Now think about it. The strength of any area is always based on its defense against an enemy invader. The main culprit or enemy when you consider the health of your gut is going to be harmful bacteria, namely yeast overgrowth. Years of sugar consumption feed this particularly harmful and aggressive bacteria to overgrow, and it uses that sucrose and glucose and fructose to form an exoskeleton around this bacteria called a chitin. And that exoskeleton makes it resistant to antibiotics as well as most mainstream probiotics. But it actually doesn't stop there. Remember, this is a living, aggressive bacteria overgrowth. So it wants to reproduce, and it does so by stimulating more sugar cravings within your body, as well as growing these little hyphae root-like hairs whose primary purpose is to attach themselves to your intestinal lining, which then, of course, causes these microscopic little permeations that then allow waste and partially digested food proteins to leak into your body where they were never intended to be. The body then, sensing this foreign substance, goes into what it's supposed to, an autoimmune response, which looks more like a mystery illness for most of us. It leaves you chasing symptoms associated with allergies, asthma, arthritis, IBS, acne, chronic fatigue, endometriosis, lupus, and so much more. Many of these diseases, seemingly unrelated, are actually caused by poor gut health or an improperly functioning immune system. But it doesn't just stop with physical symptoms. Other symptoms such as mood disorders, autism, anxiety, panic attacks, depression are all associated with poor gut health as well. Why? Well, let's go a little bit deeper, because not only is your gut the storehouse of your physical health, storing 70% of your immune system, it's also the storehouse of your mental health, where 95% of your neurotransmitters are developed, right? Your gut actually has its very own nervous system called the enteric nervous system, which develops these neurotransmitters such as serotonin and sends them out to communicate with your central nervous system. Now, can you imagine what happens when there's a miscommunication because the gut health has been compromised? High cortisol levels due to stress are alone enough of an antagonizer that it can cause a separation in those TJs, or tight junctions, and cause a reduction in that protective mucosal lining. Not to mention, it can cause a lack of communication with these important neurotransmitters. And many of you know what it's like to have this serotonin imbalance, where there's this miscommunication. Now, while there are meds that can bring that serotonin back into balance, they do not come without some side effects. And I've yet to see anyone who would like to remain on them for the rest of their life. The reason being is that there is already an abundance of serotonin within your body. It just needs to be freed up to be able to helpfully communicate with your central nervous system. And a healthy gut and a healthy immune system will allow that communication to happen. Now remember, we're connecting the dots, and the immune system is the line that's going to connect each one of these. So you understand that if you want to achieve optimal health, including optimal weight, you have to address your gut health. So where do we begin? Let's keep it simple with a 3-step process. We have to cut back on inflammation, kill off harmful bacteria, namely yeast overgrowth, and clean out waste and toxins. Now, you can try what myself and many others have done, including Whole30, gluten-free, dairy-free, juicing, regular exercise, less carbs, more protein, less sugar, and so on and so on. And while all of those methods were beneficial for my body when I tried them, they did not last, and they did not ultimately connect the dots for me. You see, when you are overrun with sugar cravings, it's very difficult to maintain a strict way of eating. And when you're depressed, it's very difficult to motivate yourself to plan for meals or shop appropriately. And when you're riddled with chronic fatigue and other physical symptoms that leave you wanting to pull the covers up over your head, it's very difficult to stick to an exercise regimen. Those dots never quite connect. Why? Because it's not just about taking things out, removing things from your life. It's also about adding in the appropriate tools to cut back inflammation, kill off harmful bacteria, and clean out waste and toxins. Enter Plexus. Did you know that the very definition of supplement is this? Something that completes. These products are what completed the process and connected those dots for me finally, once and for all. But if you're like I was, you might be a bit of a skeptic, thinking that these products are probably just hype and that they'll be here today and gone tomorrow. I had all of that thinking and so much more, but let me tell you what I really found out when I finally looked into it for myself. I found a system that supported my gut health once and for all by cutting back inflammation, killing off harmful bacterial overgrowth, and cleaning out waste and toxins. I found a plant-based drink that was full of my favorite antioxidant, alpha-lipoic acid. It brings down inflammation and keeps it down, as well as chromium that's going to balance out blood sugar. And I know that stabilized blood sugar doesn't just lead to less sugar cravings, it also leads to balanced hormones over time. It's pink from beetroot extract, and it's sweetened with stevia. Now, why is it marketed as slim? Well, it's also because it targets visceral fat and reduces inches as it reduces inflammation in those fat cells and removes toxins. The second tool in my toolbox is the probiotic, unlike any other probiotic. To support my gut health in the most productive way, I found that this probiotic does so by not just inoculating my gut with good bacteria, as most probiotics do, but it also incorporates a microencapsulated antifungal whose primary job is to break through that chitin, that exoskeleton of the harmful yeast overgrowth. The probiotics, or culture-forming units in this probiotic, and enzymes are assisted by the addition of vitamin B6, which is essential for red blood cell metabolism. And in addition to vitamin B6, also is going to help increase the amount of oxygen in our red blood cells. Finally, this powerhouse also contains grape seed extract, which has been extensively researched in universities all around the world. And it's found to be 20 times more powerful than vitamin C and 50 times stronger than vitamin E. Grapeseed extract is also a potent antiviral, antibacterial, and anti-inflammatory substance. It's beneficial to the entire body and absolutely essential for supporting a healthy immune system. Last but not least, after cutting back and killing off, it's time to clean out. Yeast overgrowth, as well as other harmful bacteria and diseases, cannot grow and thrive in a well-oxygenated environment. This magnesium blend, specifically designed to cross through the cellular wall, doesn't just oxygenate the intestinal lining, it also oxygenates your bloodstream. And in addition to oxygenating, it also absorbs harmful toxins that are being released from your fat cells as they detox, as well as toxins from bacteria as it dies off. Finally, it aids in the elimination of these toxins and additional waste that's been storing up in your gut for years. One 3-step system that finally connects the dots to your overall better health once and for all. While this is in no way a ploy to get you to purchase even more products, there are a few other simple recommendations, such as this amazing X Factor vitamin, which has a patented aloe blend that allows this multivitamin to do what all multivitamins claim to do: provide your body with important vitamins and minerals associated with overall health, including and especially thyroid health. Now, while my suggestions largely revolve around Plexus products, I also highly recommend this product, L-glutamine, for those of you who are suffering from obvious hyperpermeated intestinal lining with symptoms such as eczema, psoriasis, athlete's foot, rosacea, so on. And additionally, while I like to keep things as simple as possible, I highly recommend incorporating in a detox tea before and during your initial use of these products. Many of our kidneys and livers are already bogged down and sluggish and unable to keep up with even the slightest detox. A detox tea, sweetened if necessary with a little bit of stevia, will promote an easier and more effective detox for your body. Now, these are all just tools. The other connections, such as rest, wise food choices, and moving your body, must be made. But these supplements truly do fit the definition of something that completes. Truly, a robust immune system is your #1 defense against all disease. And I hope that you will take these products into consideration as you work to connect the dots, as I did, and improve your overall health and reduce those mystery symptoms. Thank you for investing your time in this short video. My hope is that you will be repaid over many years with optimal health. Thank you again.